Hello everybody, my name is Yapir and today we are doing lightning warfare. I see this doctrine as infantry doctrine with strong focus on the late game. It is what Blitzkrieg doctrine wants to be. It is similar to things like, for example, Jaeger infantry doctrine, but it has few differences. So let's take a look what commander has to offer, and it starts off strong with Jaeger infantry upgrade. This is the game changer. This is what makes this doctrine so good. The Jaeger infantry upgrade is really crazy. It makes your grenadiers ridiculous. It will melt such things as Pinos or US rifles, and it is easy to deploy. The upgrading skill unit costs only 35 munitions. This is super cheap, and yeah, this is what makes it work. There is a tactical movement, and this ability for a few seconds make your infantry run really fast. This is great if you want to make huge flanking maneuvers somewhere far away, or perhaps you want to make your infantry keep up with your tanks, or maybe you just had a mass retreat and now you want to quickly get your guys back in the line. Using this only costs 30 munitions, so it's not expensive at all. Then there is a relief infantry. This is a waste. This ability is useless. You will not be using that. I hope they will replace it someday, but I doubt. Maybe we could have an ability that makes your infantry capture territory quickly. That would fit the doctrine and be really good addition to it. Anyway, later on there is Tiger and Stuka close air support, just to make your late game really potent and make you win that tank battles in big open spaces. What this doctrine counters, it really makes your infantry stronger against the enemy infantry at close and mid range. If the enemy will try to charge your grenadiers, they will just simply lose. It's very flexible. It doesn't really force any gameplay style on you. You still have just Oster, but with few things added. You still can play heavy on tanks, heavy on this, defensive, aggressive, and so on. It's really good at tank battles. Stuka close air support and Tiger will really help you out, and it has plenty of mobility. Will not be using any deployable things like packs or MGs, so we will not rely on them. So we don't have to set them up and pack them once we want to relocate. Also, the tactical movement for our infantry will help us traverse the map quicker. The downsides is that we don't have anything on T2. We'll be skipping that, and it's rely on flanking. So on corridors map like rails and metal, it really cannot shine. The enemy will just buy 3-4 MGs and block all your flanking routes. What do we want to build? We want a huge grenadier corps with Gevers. Then we want a Stug and a Tiger. The Panzerwerfer will help us past MG or AT concentrations. We want a unit that will be playing around with. It can be a sniper, especially a sniper if you are playing against Murikans. And if you are playing against the Soviets, you could buy an MG, a mortar, or maybe skip the first unit entirely, and that will be rushing Stug as soon as possible. We really want a lot of grenadiers, Tiger, Panzerwerfer, and you have a choice of Panzer IV or Stug. I really recommend you a Stug. Optionally, you can make a flamethrower, double mortar if you really want to break some MG nest or something like that. If you have to, you can make a Pak 30. You can add the Panzer Grenadiers with Gevers or Panzer Schreck. I couldn't find the Panzer Schreck image, so I just painted one myself. So with that out of the way, we'll take a look at the game I played. It is a game... There it goes. It's a game I played not thinking about the doctrine, but it turns out really nice, so I'll be using that. We are starting with grenadiers and we'll be making a lot of them. We're playing on the defense. Our friend here will be playing on the offense. He's also playing Oster. He will be playing against defensive British, and will be playing against offensive Soviet. The Soviet player is opening with penals. We don't know that yet, but that means we will be able to pull out our lightning warfare. If he would go with, for example, machine guns, we would go maybe for a spearhead or assault support instead. We are dropping sandbags here just to give some green to our grants. I was hoping to block off that tree, but it seems we only improved it to green. We're capping that. More of our grenadiers are capping here. We already have 3 grenadiers at our service. We don't have an MG though. We'll be blocking off that house with a barbed wire so the enemy cannot utilize it for his purposes. And not much happening on our flank. The red player decides to help the British player first before he gets offensive on us. The purple has double the MG and he has single infantry unit there. My teammate will focus on sieging the enemy position from this house. I'm wandering around looking for my opponent. Here I'm defending that cutoff, and here are my grenadiers in the green defending that fuel. I'm adding more grenadiers just because I don't really like MG on that map. It seems that my opponents really know what they want to play: Mobile Assault Regiment and NKVD disruption tactics. We run into those guys and we'll be backing our grants to green as we realize that the enemy wants to push us there, not on the cutoff. Our grenadiers are sent here to help out. We're grabbing the green with these grants and these guys will be flanking our opponent. Our enemy is overwhelmed with numbers. We have twice as many units as he has, so he will be running away. His penals are caught in a firefight here and they are not doing the best. These penals will be moved to the middle so they can help out. And we will be just taking all of this territory. We are not advancing yet into the battle phase 1. We used that money to get ourselves munitions just so we can spam the scavers a bit earlier. Here we'll be fighting those penals, so they cannot cut us off. Our Pio will be stepping here. My opponent decides to grab the green and will be hitting his back with all of these grants. He will run away, seeing how many enemies are around. We secured that and I'm thinking about flanking this cutoff. I'm assuming that this MG is in that house and I'm wrong about it, and this will bite my ass. Here this MG spots me and he will set up. I don't see him just yet. I see him only now and he pins all my guys and this is a fucking nightmare. We have to run away and we are left with very few units to defend our flank, and the Russians are already on their way to use that. Which what happens, we are dropping ourselves a few tellers just so if any T-70 tries to rush us, it will explode. We'll be trying to slow down the Russians as much as we can. And all of our units are on the run. My teammates, praise the Lord, is paying attention to what's happening and he will be helping us out. I think he was a new player because he obviously didn't know any build order or anything like that, but he was making few of his decisions were very clear-headed. He knew what he's doing. We'll be dropping ourselves a med bunker just because we are here, and as soon as we can we'll be sending these guys to help defend. 2 of our units are already here, ready to do some business. Just wanted to take a look what my friend's commander was there. We'll heal that guy at our friend's bunker before our bunker is ready, and we'll be escalating to battle phase 1 so we have the grenades unlocked. And this is just in time. We will be defending this fuel points with our grenadiers. We are waiting for the rest of our guys to show up. We are dropping a fuel cache in the meantime, just so we can afford that stug a bit earlier. And here we are. The enemy pinals are really nicely bunched up, so we might nade them. Here we outflank the enemy just so he doesn't have the cover bonus. And we'll be nading that pinals. We land that nade perfectly. There is just one guy with 1 HP and we really want to snipe him, and he goes down. And we have an advantage over the enemy. 2 pinals are much less than 3 pinals. We'll be grabbing the green and fighting these guys. We really are in advantage. Our guys are wounded, yeah, but from the other hand we have the green cover and they don't. The enemy tries to charge us, but again the numbers are in our favor. We'll be dropping that pinals down, and my enemy retreats as he realizes this is pointless. We are cut here. It seems that some grenades were thrown and these grenadiers from my teammate were killed. We are already locked in and we are handing out Jäger infantry package to our guys. I'm trying to kill off that guy. My opponent is dropping here some mines. This will bite us later on, and we'll be quickly capping this point. 2-2 from my teammate to counter the British snipers. He has 2 of them. This is some really nasty things, very cheesy. From the other hand, the British, they don't have any infantry at all. They just rely on 2 MGs and snipers. We'll be adding an AT gun. Let's switch that to the red player since we're playing against him. We are dropping a teller here just so the enemy tanks will be killed if they try to be aggressive against us. These guys will quickly heal up. We are in the battle phase 2 already. We run into a mine here and we lose 2 of our guys. I show that MG to my teammate. Maybe he can get rid of that for us, and he loses his 2-2 really quickly there. That's a shame. But this is what you get for running wildly with your equipment. Your vehicles, in theory, should always be followed by minded the team. Here we managed to kill 1 conscript and we'll be running away before the grenades kill our guys. And we already know where the enemy is, and our grenadiers will be heading that way. We'll quickly replenish these guys. I consider making something extra like Panzer Grenadiers or MG later on. We grab the green here as always and we'll be fighting this blob. These guys finally wake up as they are really needed here and there. Well, again, nice bunch up here and we'll destroy that. Conscripts, the red player is really out of luck. He keeps losing his squads. We spot these engineers here and we'll simply kill them off. They are. We'll be sending our guys here to stop the enemy from capping our precious fuel. We have grenadiers here at the radio and more arrive.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
We drop another nade. It was not so pretty as the previous ones.
The sector has been cut off.
We have a full control of our territory, except obviously the cutoff, and I point out to my teammate that this may not occur. This is unacceptable. We are dropping ourselves support armor corps, and I consider making an additional unit, and it will be MG, just so we can drop him here and he will cover this cutoff so the enemy cannot just walk in here. We'll be trying to melt these guys away. The snipers arrive and they start picking us off. Really disgusting strategy from my opponent here. Super cheesy. My teammate uses the tactical movement here to chase the snipers away, and it works. My opponent panics and he will start running away.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Here we'll be trying to scare off these infantry section. Here, unfortunately, the Panzergrenadier is running into a mine. We'll be replenishing our guys and we'll be making a stug soon. All of our guys already have gevers, except those guys. We will be buying that. So anyway, so yeah. Here we'll dispatch these penals really quickly. And our stug is being built. The commies are coming and yeah, we'll be trying to get them. We run into each other here, we'll grab that house and we will be trying to kill that guys. They are throwing grenade at us, we'll quickly just jump out and don't even jump in. My opponent uses his ability to buff these penals. The Commissar has like a motivational policy and penals to improve. We drop a grenade and we run away. Here this starts to look worse and worse. We have our pioneers here, our additional grants here, and we'll be trying to at least slow them down. We dodge another grenade here, and yeah, the situation is in our favor. There is this disgusting sniper thingy. We'll be running away with those grants, and we'll try to get that flamer. We claim that territory, and pioneers, I'm not sure what they'll do. They'll do something for sure. And this flamer will run away as soon as he sees us. Here the enemy British bought themselves a Centaur, and our stug will be tasked to get back to the middle and dispatch these guys. Here we are escalating to battle phase 3 just so we have the heavy panzer corps and we will be able to get a discount on our infantry. I really should have backed this MG, but I thought to myself, whatever. This stug will probably quickly get rid of that guy and I'm losing these guys and I'm like, whoops, that was a mistake. We'll quickly back these guys off and our stug will be slapping that Centaur. Here we will manage to kill one of these snipers and we'll be backing off. I thought that my opponent was busy with that stug. I just told that stug to keep attacking this guy. I knew we'll get rid of him. And we finish him off. Good job, Mr. Stug. Stug can really destroy every medium vehicle 1v1. Our Pio will quickly fix that guy as soon as possible. Our Grenadiers are just chilling in the base and will quickly regroup and get back in the fight. If you have a problem managing larger amounts of infantry, just spread them to control groups, like you can play around with them. The other two, there will be obviously your control group 2. If you have Panzer Grenadiers, they can be your control group 3. And as you just send them all around the map, just press 1 and click the place to go. It really works with replenishing. For example, if your control group 1 is in the base, just press 2, press a few times, or you can just go 1, mash R button to replenish your guys, then go to 2, then go to 3, and so on and so on and so on. It really makes your managing easier. You don't have to take a look on your base and replenish your guys there. You can just mash few buttons on your keyboard. It doesn't interrupt your microwing, so really useful tip there. Our pilot did drop us heavy panzer corps. We gave them a mine detector to improve the repair speed, and we'll be fixing that stug. Our Grenadiers are sent here to dispatch these guys. So this unit is more dangerous than our, but since we have gevers on our bad boys, it will be rather easy. You can see they start to melt away. And we managed to dispatch them. We'll hide from that half-track behind that fence. Stug is sent onward to get rid of that half-track, despite the fact that it doesn't have full health points. Arpai will just chase him down and finally get him somewhere when he finally stops. We try to steal that middle objective, but this MG will pin us and nothing will come out of it. He was still waiting for that half-track. It runs away on us, so no luck there. Our Stug will have to wait for its prey. We'll take that victory objective, however. Here my teammate is using a command tank as his ammo. The British lost their tank, so he knows he can use that tank to his advantage. Here, grenade to our face, we dodge it luckily. We'll grab that house just so we can shoot that commissar in the back. And yeah, here it goes. Already one guy down. My opponent will grab his cover and will leave that house before. Because why we would fight that engagement? It's like so many guys there. As more of our infantry arrives, we'll try to fight them. We'll toss grenade of our own. We'll hit that commissar. I wish I did prioritize that house to shoot this commissar, because we might have wiped him. We'll reclaim that victory objective and we'll maybe see where we can take it from there. We are adding Panzerwerfer as soon as possible, just because we are yet far away from our Tiger and we want our resources to help us win the game. We don't want them just sitting in our vault. Here we'll hide these guys behind those logs and maybe they'll throw a grenade at our enemy. We are attacking from the other side here. This plane crashes into that building. Fortunately, I already abandoned it. This grenade misses and our guys will be sent to the base. We have our Stug here. The Panzerwerfer is being deployed. Our Stug is being adventurous around here. The red player gets himself a KV-8. And we still have advantage because our Stug should be able to destroy that KV-8 if it shoots it long enough. We'll try to slap him, but our round bounces off. The enemy AT gun, as soon as it spots our Stug, it shoots it. Here there is a flamer there. I try to be cheeky with my pioneers, but this is an obvious mistake. I should just hide them and fix my Stug. We'll run away there. Here the KV-8 still poses a threat. The blue player is doing actually quite well attacking the enemy fuel. Our MG is back defending that cutoff. Our Stug is waiting for the repairs. Our guys are slowly replenishing and they will be sent back to the battlefield. Here is our Panzerwerfer waiting for a juicy target. We spotted these Russians. Our Panzerwerfer will be running away so it doesn't get killed, and maybe another lucky grenade around here. We do manage to drop 2 models. Our Stug is traveling around. I'm wondering where this KV-8 is, and it is actually here fighting the blue player. The purple has Firefly and it's really dangerous, especially for my teammate that has just 2 medium tanks. The Pinals are being pesky here and our Grenadiers will be melting them away with their Gevers. Our Stug is keeping a healthy distance. We drop ourselves another Unicache and our Grants will be sent here soon enough. The enemy, he really... no, he couldn't because we have illusion. I'm trying to hit this blob with my Panzerwerfer, but no luck for me there. These tanks bump at each other here. This one stops and it will be killed with Pinals dropping a explosives on it. My guys are a bit late fighting. I try to toss a grenade, but no luck. Yeah, I should spread out those grants because this flamer is doing some area of effect damage. If I did, we would easily gun down these engineers. Here the MG still cover this point and we have to run away. We'll send another unit to this time force this flamer to leave. We'll quickly fix all of our gear, replenish, and we'll be back in the fight. We are soon to deploy ourselves a Tiger. Here, commandos. I thought that this weekend MG might survive, but no.
Enemy has killed a machine gun.
He got killed. I tell my teammate that he can take it if he wants. I don't really need that MG. We're grabbing that victory point, and we have ourselves a Tiger. We'll be adding MG on top of it in just a moment, and we'll be using the Tiger to get rid of that KV-8. It's really annoying, but from the other hand it's worthless against infantry, I mean tanks, so we will to try get rid of it. Anti-tank department, you can see it's quite tough, and we'll try to destroy that KV-8. We use Fiat, shell, and no luck. The guy runs away. I try to send my stug after him. Our Tiger will be tasked with killing that infantry. I try to get that KV-8, no luck there. Panzerwerfer barrages that. This KV-8 runs away. This stug gets destroyed, and oh well. Stugs are cheap, so we will not be crying over that. Here you can see that these pinals will be just murdered by our gavers. This Firefly is getting cocky, and maybe we will manage to kill him. We send our Tiger here, and we'll be trying to flank that Firefly. Here there is just one mine in the area, and of course I will drive into it. From the other hand, we detonate the mine on the Firefly. We kill that sniper with our Tiger, and the enemy drops on us anti-tank Overwatch. And right now I'm certain that this Tiger is dead, and this game will be much harder than I expected. Fortunately, we ran out of view of the enemy, and the Overwatch works only when your tank is seen, so this Tiger manages to run away to safety. I spot some smoke in the fog of war being dropped here, and I find that Firefly as I expected. I'm dropping Stuka close air support, thinking that if they can do what they just did, we can do the same.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
The Soviet player has anti-aircraft gun though, so he will be shooting down all of our planes. I ask for a recon from my friend, but he will be just a bit late with that, and we will not manage to get anything from this. We'll quickly fix our Tiger and get back in the fight. I'm using tactical movement just to get our infantry back in the fight quicker. This can get really dire really quickly, especially that this Tiger cannot put up a fight, and the Russians are already on him. They do remember that there was a Tiger with busted engine somewhere there, and our infantry arrives just in time, and the Russians will run away. We'll quickly fix that Tiger. We got ourselves another Pioneer squad just to fix it much quicker. Twice as quicker, to be precise. And the situation here was very dire. We took out a sniper, so it's a win for us. We wasted some resources on Stuka close air support, but we have our munition income is quite high, so I'm not bothered by that. Here a few commandos, but you can see that they don't have the veterancy. We have the gavers for our friends, so we will manage to fight them quite efficiently. They do run away after a while. This KV-8 is back in the fight. Our Tiger is also back in the fight. We are making ourselves another stug, just so we have more anti-tank power against all of those tanks. The British player keeps rebuying his sniper, he's really annoying with that. And we are attacking that KV-8. I consider Panzerfausting it, but we have to run away before these guys burn to death. My opponent is not microing this KV-8, he's busy with his Su-85 here. He's being attacked, he should hide his focused sight just so this Su-85s run away faster. Tiger is busy bitch slapping that KV-8 and I will back off as I see that Firefly. I was lucky enough that I dodged his tulip rockets and will be back in a chase. Our stug is right here and our Tiger is looking for targets. These grenadiers are being used as a mine detector. We want to avoid the situation that just happened, so we did scout ahead with our grenadiers, just so the mine goes off on them, not on our Tiger. And our Tiger manages to destroy that KV-8. I'm very happy about it. Our Tiger will be running away as it's quite low. Our grenadiers are sent here to just be annoying, and when we realize that there is plenty of units around that can hurt us, we'll run away really quickly. Our stug is here just to attack something if he spots anything, and we'll be repairing our Tiger as soon as possible. We are adding Panzer Grenadiers and we'll be giving them Panzerschrecks just so we have extra anti-tank power, especially that, take a look on all of these tanks. These specialize in fighting vehicles, so infantry with 80 potential will counter them really well. A Panzerwaffe barrage the Spinels, it only hit a Commissar, and the Spinels survived and they will be staying here. We are making another stug just to have more against his tanks. Their tanks, our Panzerschrecks have to run away because simply Pinels melted them. We have an infantry more suited for that fight and we'll be dropping off these Pinels really fast, especially that we have Ostwind here to help us. We'll take that point back and we'll also take that victory objective. Here, perfect, like this is the Teller of the Year award. It's 1 month into the 2021 and we already have fucking Teller of the Year. This is a game changer. We'll quickly Panzerfaust this Firefly and it will go down, and we have a second Firefly here. This is so huge that we just type in GG and we'll just be killing opponents off. We have plenty of Stugs. One is built, second is in action. Our Panzerfaust from these Panzer Grenadiers knock out that Firefly, and we'll be pushing to just capitalize on that advantage. The purple player has no tanks at all, red player has only one Su-85, and it will be not enough to stop us. Our Tiger will be dispatching these poor conscripts that somehow were sent here to be annoying. Our opponents here try to be aggressive for some reason, and oh well, we did kill that conscripts, they had no chance running away. We'll quickly capture points here. Red player is trying to use that Su-85 against the Tiger, but this is a bad idea if I ever saw one. We have so much weapons here that will just kill them off. Our Panzerwaffe is going onward to barrage all of that ATs and static defensive. Here our Tiger is in a bit of the bad situations, but we have so much more here that we'll manage to deal with them. Our Panzerwaffe shoots, it just scares off the enemy. Here, despite the anti-tank overwatch, we use our Stug and finish off that Su-85. Maybe my opponent thought that anti-tank overwatch will be just enough to kill us off, but no, we managed to outplay him with all of our vehicles. We'll quickly fix that Tiger, and once that overwatch goes away, we'll put up the fight. Here, guys are seen by AA truck and they will be running away. We have our Stug at the ready, and as soon as our infantry is back in the fray, we'll be fighting off. I tried to take that munitions, but no, unfortunately it won't be possible. Yeah, Pinals are pushing me, and we'll be waiting for our infantry to arrive.
The enemy is taking our territory.
I task my stug with attacking that infantry. Maybe they will kill a few guys. This guy will receive his MG soon.
Infantry squad
I lose that grenadiers somewhere there, and will replenish them. Our infantry arrives, our Tiger arrives, and we are back in business. Here I see those 2 AT guns there, and our Panzerwerfer will shoot at us quickly as possible. Our infantry is murdering their infantry. Here they try to get rid of my stug, but no luck there. These grenadiers, they are fighting commandos, they have propaganda on them, and this is too much, they have to run away. Tiger is here trying to snipe somebody, and our Panzerwerfer will start barraging these AT guns. Unfortunately for us, they move, so our rocket barrage misses.
securing our territory.
We'll hide from that AT guns and get back to murdering our opponents. We have our fresh grenadiers here, they will be given gathers as soon as possible. Some of our guys are still sleeping in the base. Our Tiger is just enough to care for that flank. The enemy manages to toss an explosive on it, but it's too little. They don't have the firepower to capitalize on that. The enemy, our Ostwind will melt the enemy here. It really works well against the infantry, I have to admit that. The enemy AT gun, however, disencourages us from attacking. Here my teammate drops Stuka close air support for some reason, I don't know what that reason is. He loses an Ostwind here. It goes down. These Junkers will not do anything. We have our grenadiers here ready to melt these guys away. Even the Tiger is there in the back ready to support. Our guys are being melted. Unfortunately there are too many communists around. We try to toss a grenade there, and no, like that. We'll just use our Tiger to melt these guys away. And my enemy runs away as he realizes there is nothing to gain here. We'll reclaim that fuel with Panzerschreck team. No, not Panzerschreck team. The Panzerschreck team will follow the Tiger and support him. There is another Su-85 here. I'm not scared though. Here we run into those AT guns and back off, because this can get really dicey really quickly. My opponent tries to utilize that Su-85, and we have a Panzerschreck team to scare him off. We try to barrage these AT guns again, but again we miss. Our Tiger is vet 3, we'll quickly repair him with our Pioneers, and we'll back him off to the fight again. We are replenishing our guy, and we'll be back in business soon enough. We are capping our fuel back. And yeah, here is the MG. It will pin our guys soon enough, and we'll try to toss a grenade at it with our Panzer Grenadiers. These guys really melt even the MG quick enough. Like if we had 2-3 squads, we could kill the MG if it was left in no cover. Tiger is almost ready. The Panzerwerfer will wait to reload and maybe provide some support. My Panzer Grenadiers are here, hidden well, and they will throw a grenade at that Russians. Not really a good grenade, it only killed one guy. These grunts, they have to back off, and we have another group ready to melt these Russians. Look how quickly these Pinos fall. We even toss our Tiger here, and this is just killing infantry is no challenge, as you heard. There is plenty of guys there, and our Panzerwerfer will be tasked shelling that soon enough. We are moving our guys close, we nade that AT gun, it dies, our Tiger will get back to shooting that as promised, we have a Panzerwerfer barrage. It manages to decrew another AT gun and it pins this pinels. Will send our guys to quickly kill them off. The enemy AT is shelling our Tiger, but it's not bothered. We have our Stug in reserve. There is no room to toss them. We don't really want to get overcrowded here. We'll be Panzerfausting that Su-85. It's picking up a fight. This is really too cocky of it, and we'll be Panzerfausting and finishing that off. The chaos continues. We kill off that AA truck. This is basically over from my opponent. Our Tiger is being more and more aggressive, and at this point the enemy surrenders. Let's quickly take a look at the stats. 120 kills on our Grenadiers. This is how good they are if you give them gathers and you make enough of them. We did lose one squad, but crazy good besides that. 1000% efficiency, 600 on our Tiger. Our Panzerwerfer didn't shine that game, but it did manage to kill off few AT guns and pin few units. Quite nice KD. My teammate did so good, but in terms of KD, but I cannot complain, to be honest. He really was paying attention. He did defend that cutoff when I goofed and all of my guys were pinned by NMG early on. He was very aggressive. He managed to take the enemy fuel despite the fact that the British player was using some double sniper cancer strategy. So yeah, really nice game from him. Unit comp, we did manage to achieve it to the letter. We did made additional pioneers just to repair much quicker. So yeah, this teller also won the game. That was like really juicy. So thank you for watching. See you next time, I guess. Cheers.